We understand the hiss, of course, based on vibration and resonance and their incantation. Read a term for their vocalizations, an effort to express that resonance, vocal cords, and speech. Three differences in incantation were recited in different languages. The most common word used, every usage of the word is attributed to you want to listen, be true, you want waves to drag you away, the you, leave humanity. It wants to join it, to be consumed by it. Is that the goal? Second most used words are though and possibly the hiss stating how they arrived here for an indication of age. There is clear intention in the words, despite the incantation is not. Colleagues got it. Or to redact it for the court.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here.
Dylan left. Calling it.
But am I too late?
Dylan left.
How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more present.
I want to see him.
My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Oh no, I thought I was going to let him out.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived.
This is going to turn into an
anti-mold for her next
thing.
time you're in research.
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
How is HRA production?
Give me the lore. More
Better
lore.
than expected. We've already made enough to get people out of a couple safe rooms. And they're here, alive, thanks to you. And we never would have lasted this long if you hadn't walked in those doors.
You deserve thanks too, of course.
We got this place up and running together, Emily. This place is looking good. Arish is making real progress around here.
Right? This place is a fortress. And with him taking care of operations here, I can spend more time analyzing the hiss. I've been attempting to isolate and neutralize the hiss resonance in blood samples, but no luck so far.
So you can't reverse it?
Not yet, but perhaps reversing it is too simple. See, if hiss resonance can rewrite human genetics, then perhaps it's a question of rewriting the hiss resonance. In theory, that could pave the way for custom human genetic alteration.
Bioshock.
I wonder how often the phrase mad scientist is used around here.
Probably never, because they would all be offended.
I visited the quarry. What's the plan for all that black rock?
The Bureau has used BlackRock almost exclusively for containment purposes. See, I say, branch out. Instead of boxes, helmets. Instead of blast shields, knives.
Knives?
Yes, knives! So many combat applications. Slicing, stabbing, gouging, or... Sorry. I've been trying to get Darling to explore combat applications for years. I got a little excited.
Oh.
Wow. I did not expect that from her.
Yeah, she's getting a little... She got a little scary.
I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Glad I ended on that note.
Oh, I will.
Fucking crazy bitch. Lore. Timeline of events. We examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in his behavior. Establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of the lack of reliable communications between Bureau sectors and staff. That lady loves knives. Establishing a timeline. Sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpoint the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help answer. How did the Hiss get past internal lockdown? How does the Hiss resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world, a cross-dimensional destination? Refer for full report. Go check on Dill. Yo, Dill Pickle, what's up? Up more lore. Television proposal, what? Television show proposal. Based on the success of America Overnight, I'd like to propose the creation of a television series that prevents superstition and skeptical thought as entertainment, in order to popularize these concepts among the civilian population and create less resistance to redirecting information regarding public supernatural events. We can also use a solid media outlet to test paranormal concepts on civilian audiences, seeing how they react to certain facts presented as fiction. In the event the Bureau ever decides to make certain realities public knowledge, there are various show licenses that can be purchased and reboot rather than starting from scratch. One particular property seems promising, especially considering its content and tone are precisely what we're looking for. It's called Night Springs, has been off the air for a few years. That piece of lore right there, I don't know why, it made me very happy. Oh, hey, bud. I remember you. Kicked your ass a little bit ago. After you bullshit some...
Any orders before she left. Guess I'll just keep managing inventory.
This is Lynn Salvador, head of Bureau Security. I'm making a formal security order due to the incident in April, case number 21HQ593. Improper use of the jukebox altered item led to 2 fatalities. We believe a pair of agents used the jukebox to travel to the quarry threshold and engage in inappropriate workplace behavior. An expedition team found them decomposing at the formation's base a week later. At least we found out the jukebox doesn't bring corpses back when the song ends. I'm having the jukebox placed in a secure location in the executive sector. It should never have been accessible to low clearance staff in the first place. The new location security and proximity to a high traffic area will prevent misuse while still allowing for expedition teams to access it when required. See me for any further details.
People use jukebox to go fucking in the quarry. A terrible idea.
Lots of interesting data off that subject the Rangers brought in.
I heard that he voluntarily entered captivity. That's what Pope said anyway.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. Hiss aren't that self-aware.
Dude, then I've been just scoping out lore. This game is the fucking best. There's a piece of lore that implies that all of the there's a piece of lore that implied that all Paranatural and Paranormal shows, well, not all, but most Paranormal shows,
What's the word, Faden?
are made to
Don't get
test
sloppy out there.
made to test what concepts that this department has will actually work with the public and which one. Why is Trench still up? I'm the new director, what the fuck? Gosh, it feels like it's been so long. Been to these offices. I really want to find some more Threshold kids. Where are the Threshold kids? More lore. Urban legends. Urban legends are believed to affect the creation of altered materials. Also dictate the characteristics of an event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetype. Recognize certain redacted, informed by our own redacted, and popularized by our media. We've additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially redacted in popular culture using Redacted, our bureau-made anthology television program. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomenon contain clear elements of popularized folklore. AWEs that only occur on Redacted, a pair of scissors that consume human Redacted through 2 punctures of the Redacted. So, these details living in the minds of so many have been given strength through belief. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they're paranatural realities waiting to happen. Dr. Dillon, but first I gotta look through all these offices to check out all the juicy details.
We're stabilizing. Marshall abandons us. I'm sick of no one telling us what's going on.
Information's always been on
Hope's promotion. The PP, if you will. Dr. Darling has personally recommended Miss Pope for a promotion based on her work ethic and assistance in advancing many ongoing research matters. See research reports Redacted for breakthroughs resulting from her work. According to her colleagues, Pope had displayed a keen eye for detail and a quick grasp of paradigm. She's professional and diligent, though some of her coworkers complain of a social distance. The review committee approves this recommendation and promotes Ms. Pope to the position of research specialist.
Well, I need to fucking know. I'm an upper-level executive, damn it.
Collective unconscious. Young. Collective unconscious is a form of unconscious that is shared in all. This arises under our ancestral heritage. See Young report, page 1234. Through this collective unconscious, we unknowingly attribute a series of images and archetypes to all elements of our lives. These archetypes are never fixed, but shift and change in tandem with our species and culture. This internal belief in power of images shared by a massive population is redacted in the creation of altered items and objects of power. The sheer amount of redacted exuded is attraction, best representation of that image. Imbuing a single object with massive amounts of redacted. Theoretically, places of power could likewise be formed by a simple power of sustained collective belief. I swear, if this game ends with we just have to believe we can beat them, I'm gonna be pretty upset. Hey, look, it's that time machine thing from that one terrible time machine movie we watched. Time lapse.
Apparently the director restored HRA production. They're already getting other survivors out of survivors.
Great. Maybe I can get back to my office.
Just turn on all the radios and walk away while everybody's having conversations. Lore. You're allowed to like time lapse. I think it was a good idea. It had terrible actors and writing. That's what sucks about like sci-fi movies, especially bad ones. You're like, oh man, this could have been the shit.
Happiness comes. White burns the yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, you are a worm through time.
The thunders hunters towards you. Happiness comes. White pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror inverted as meteorite. Leave your insides by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the web. You've always been in here. You want this to be true. We stand around you while you dream. You can almost hear our words, but you forget. Through time, the thunders hunters towards you. Happiness comes. White pearls, but yellow and red in the eye. Through a you are a worm through time.
Shit.
The thunders hunters towards you.
That's
Happiness
Dylan.
comes. White pearls,
Can
but
you
yellow
hear
and
me?
red in the eye. Through a
Come
mirror
on,
inverted as
Dylan.
meteorite.
I'm here.
By the door.
I found you.
The surface into the web. You've always been in here. You want this to be true.
Do you know who I am?
You know me.
Odd question to open
Say
with.
it.
You are Dylan Faden's sister.
He's talking in the third person. Always a good sign.
He's gonna embody the hiss. We
Do
have to make
you
a
know
decision.
who you are?
Not Dylan. Trench and Darling made sure of that. I'm P6. P6. But I'm better now. The hiss made me better. Push the fingers through the surface into the wet. You've always been the new you. You want this
Can you
to be
stop
true.
that? Please.
Not exactly the reunion I'd hoped for.
This
It
sucks.
feels good to say those words. I want to say them. They sound good. They make me feel good. Don't you want to say them too?
No. Fuck off, no. You need to help me get this thing out of his head. If he is still in there, if there is anything left, you have to help me.
You came in through the hole in you. We let you in. You've always been here. The only truth. A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy.
Stop it!
Orange peel.
Shit. Shit. He can see you. This is not safe.
We found Polaris together with my sister when we were very small, in Ordinary, in the desert, through the door opened up by the slide projector. But she didn't help when Trench took me away. She didn't give me any powers. All the powers are my own powers. She didn't help when they locked me up for years. After the song time for applause, we build you till nothing remains. The air cracks and the truth will emerge out of you. You are home. The Bureau brought the slide projector back here with me. And the Bureau did what the Bureau does. They used it. And they found... They opened the door up to the hiss. That's the only thing I can thank them for.
There. There it is. We stopped the Altered World event in Ordinary when we shut down the slide projector. And now the projector's here.
An earworm is a tune you can't stop humming in a dream. Baby, 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 yeah. Just plastic. So safe. Nothing to worry about. Funny. I welcomed the hiss. I let it in. To get rid of her. The hiss set me free. Polaris is using you. The Bureau is using you. You are a puppet. You can almost hear our words, but you forget.
If we shut off the slide projector, maybe that will stop the hiss.
Your regulations.
Maybe it's not too late for my brother.
You must see the truth for yourself, Jesse. Sister. The horrible truth about the Bureau. The hiss is the better option. Go to the Prime Candidate program in the containment sector. I have the keycard to get you there. Salvador wanted me to have it.
Wanted? Bullshit. I saw what the hiss did to Salvador. What it turned him into.
Okay, Dylan. I'll go. I want to see the truth for myself.
I'll go. but only to look for this lie projector. You can help me. We can end this.
You are a worm through time. You are a worm through time. The thunderstorm distorts you.
Oh, clearance level 6. How great.
It's yellow and red in the eye. Through a mirror, the inverted is made right.
I don't know what else I'm hoping to find here.
Sometimes.
Dylan. Can we talk?
I'd like to tell you about a dream I had last night.
Off to a good start.
Ew.
Okay. I'm listening.
I was back in Ordinary before all of this happened.
Terrible name. First city
But
or
in the
town.
dream, I was alone. It was just me. I was the only child. A girl. My name was Jesse Dylan Faden. But then the Bureau came and caught me, brought me back here, locked me up. Have you ever noticed that our names, Jesse, Dylan, they could be girls' names, boys' names, could be anything. Don't you find that weird? I find that weird.
Sure.
What the hell was that? Is he trying to mess with me?
You are a worm
I think he
through
just
time.
planted the seeds for an
Thunderstorm
intense
distorts
plot
you.
point later.
Happiness comes, white
That's
pearls,
gonna
but
kick
yellow
our
and red.
asses.
Through a mirror, the inverted is made right. Leave your inside by the door. Push the fingers through the surface into the way. You've always been a mirror. You are this.
Alright. I think I'm gonna start doing some side stuff. One of those side things. Executive in the dead letters. Verify.
Why haven't we dissected that freak mutation?
Yeah. Did I already go in here? No, I didn't. House memory. And nothing else. I don't think we should kill Dylan. I think we're gonna find out that Dylan and Jesse were at one point one person, and the event in Ordinary split them into two people that are kind of representative of I don't know. I'm not sure what they're representative of. Probably gonna end up going in there later. Oh. Where the dead letters? Where the dead letters?
That's no normal piece of paper. Okay, need to know where it's at.
Oh, shit. Oh, okay, alright, okay. Wow, okay. Okay. Almost dying. scientific people. Rangers. Where you at? Where you at? Shit! Hot diggity. Come on. Got him with his buddy. Got him with his buddy. Alright, 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 alright. Alright. Okay.
I need to find the other pages.
Of course. Of course there's other pages. Is a new one? I don't think it's a new one, but we'll see. Let's join the Threshold kids, guys. New one? Is it a new one? No, it's not. Son of a bitch. Only found 2. There's got to be more than 2. Dead letter approval. I'd like to thank you for approving my request for the Dead Letters Archive cataloging. The Bureau's collection of delinquent mail will provide an extremely handy database that research teams could use to search any connections of related topics found among the letters. Aside from more functional purposes, the archive will allow us to preserve these windows into authentic human encounters with the paranormal world. These letters come to us from various places and times, gathered by the Postal Service as undeliverable. The Bureau is a perfect home for them. I realize not all letters containing accounts of genuine paranormal events, but even the erroneous ones allow us insight into how the unknown is perceived by real people. Of course, I will first compile a system to allow us to analyze the letters for any information or suspected connections to AWEs and other altered materials. So thank you again. Can't wait to delve into my dead letters. Steve Artwell, the weirdo, wants to read a bunch of letters from crazy people. Ah, stuff. Undefined reading. Apparently you can't burst through those windows. Drop ceiling. Ah! Locked room. Did I go in here? Probably not. Floor. Fake planes. Here, New York Tribune. Airplanes aren't real. I figured out how they do it. The windows are TV screens. The whole thing moves on big tracks like a roller coaster that moves through underground tunnels in the earth. Airports are more like train stations. They do this because the sky is full of monsters, and they don't want us to know about them. The planes we see in the sky are the monsters. The government made the Earth trains look like the monsters so they could lie to us better. Don't contact me. I mean, that was a good use of my time there.
8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes. Stolen by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes.